me record from my side and let me share the screen. Yes. Yes, guys. Someone is asking question. Any questions? Any doubts? No doubts? Someone asking question, right? Someone is asking question. 50 instances something. Who is that?
Yeah, Ram.
Yeah, Ram, tell me.
So if there is in single Windows server, there is a maybe 10 or 15 instances is there. Everyone should we should get the
Yes.
permission from each and
Yes.
every server.
Yes. Yes.
So in that case, it is difficult, right? I think.
Yes, that's difficult. But who is like without approving? If you want to restart my server, who is responsible if something happened? Are you responsible?
In that situation, any Windows team will help out us?
No, 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 no. Nothing. Nothing. So in case if that is very worst case, having 15 instances in one server. Imagine you are asking, okay, 10 instances is also worst case. Very hardly you can find up to 5 instances only, 5, 6. That's
Okay,
maximum
okay,
5, 6
got it.
instances. But again in the 5, 6 instances also, most of the servers will have common owner. Okay, so only one owner will be there for all 5, 6 instances.
Okay.
All 5, 6 instances belongs to one application or the same application related things. Okay, so in that case you have to inform, okay sir, before rebooting, these are all servers are also going to be rebooted. These are the instances that are hosting in this Windows server. All the servers are also going to be rebooted. Can you please approve this? He is going to approve it. Why? Because there is no other chance to him. He has to approve it. And
Okay,
before
got it.
patching and after patching, you have to reboot the server. That is the best case, best practice. Simply whether they will approve or not, if just for that, in that case, if you just ignore taking approvals from them, it's difficult to you only. Again, if something happened, you are the responsible one. You have to justify why you did like that. But the common practice is before and after patching, you have to restart the Windows server. How many instances are there? You have to take approvals from all the instance owners, application owners. Okay.
Restarting Windows server, I think we don't have the access.
We can do. We are by default, we will be the local Windows administrator. As we are the DBAs, by default, we will be local Windows administrator. You can see this power button and you can restart it. Okay, 99% we will be the local administrator. DBS will be the local administrator of that server. 1% due to security reasons and all, might be you might not be a local administrator, so you have to ask Windows team to restart the server. Sometimes while restarting it is not responding, you have to take Windows people. Guys, you have to make sure one Windows guy is helpful for you. Okay, you have to make, why? Because sometimes
while restarting the Windows server,
sometimes if you restart, or sometimes if you don't have anyone having audio issues, guys. Is my audio clear? Any issues with my audio?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Very clear. No problem.
Okay, fine. We know the, okay. Just check your internet once. Right. Okay. Make sure one Windows guy is available to help you. Why? Because sometimes if patching, if while restarting the server, if it's not coming online, see guys, very worst cases will be there with patching. Don't think every patching is very smooth. Some old servers will create a lot of headaches. If you restart also, it won't come online. Then you have to take Windows help, and Windows people has to check why the server is not restarting, and where it was stuck, they are going to check and they are going to restart it again. Okay, we can restart only from this option, guys. Okay, Windows button, power button, and you can restart. Okay, just click on restart button, but server is not coming online. Then we don't have access. Why? Because once server is online, then only we can connect to server remotely. If server is not online, how can we connect to the server? So then we cannot do anything from our side. We have to request Windows team where it was stuck, why it is not restarting. 90% servers will be restarted automatically. No need of any Windows guys intervention. but 10% will create problems. The old servers will create the problems. If you restart, it will be shut down, but it won't start it. If it won't start, how can you take control of that machine? Windows people will have control to this console, right? So they can restart again from this console, but we don't have access to this console, guys. If something struck, Windows team directly, they can connect to a VirtualBox manager or like VMware manager. They are going to check it where it was struck and they are going to fix the issue. Imagine it is a virtual machine. Imagine if it is a physical machine. Your server is there in the US. Your server is one physical machine is there that is there in the US. Server is not restarting. Who has to check it, guys?
Sir, in US there is a person.
Very
So
good.
we can-
In the US data center, there should be one person available to fix this issue.
Yes, sir. We need to contact with him, and then he will start the.
So it's
Server.
very important, make sure one resource, one Windows resource is available while doing the patching. 99% we don't take his help, but 10% you have to think for worst case also. What if your Windows server is not online? Again, you cannot wait till Monday, right? Monday Windows people will come, let them come, then only I'll ask them to start. No, you have to make sure one Windows resource is available to do this activity. If there are no issues, if the patching is smoothly going, then no need of that Windows guy. If patching creates any issue, if the server is not restarting, then you have to take the Windows guy's help. Clear, guys? It's very important to make sure you have one Windows resource during the patching. And check who is there in the shift during that patching window. Okay, if you don't know, ping any Windows user and ask who will be available on Saturday 10 to 1 o'clock. They will tell you the names and all. You can directly ping them, you can take the help from them. 99% is someone will be available. Why? Because Windows database, these are 24/7 support. Okay, so someone will be available from operating system side, from storage side, from database side, 24/7, someone will be available. You can take their help. Okay, clear, guys? Okay,
Yeah,
One
clear.
thing, Chinma.
yeah, tell me.
Hello,
Yeah,
this
tell me.
is Krishna.
Yeah, Krishna, tell me.
Um,
Krishna, I cannot hear you, Krishna. Hello, Krishna. Guys, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yes, sir.
one
Yeah,
thing.
Krishna. Tell me, Krishna.
మనము బ్యాకప్ కి ఒక సర్వర్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం కదా,
Yes.
దాన్ని ప్రైమరీ అకౌంట్ గా దానికి ప్రయారిటీ ఇచ్చేసి దీనికి ప్యాచింగ్ చేయొచ్చు కదా, డౌన్ టైం లేకుండా,
No,
అప్లికేషన్ డౌన్ టైం లేకుండా.
that is different case. I'll tell you about that one. Okay, I'll tell you about that one. So this is only whatever practice we are doing now is only for standalone instances, guys. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you. We have two types of instances: standalone instances and cluster instances. Okay, so whatever practice we discussed now, this is only for practice. This practice only for standalone instances means if only one instance is there for that application. But some critical applications will have standalone the standby servers, guys. Primary server will be there, standby server also will be there. Okay, so what if you are doing patching on critical applications? So we will have two servers. Always your application will be connected to the primary server and secondary server will be available. So what we will do, first we will patch secondary server. As application is not connected to the secondary server, first we'll patch secondary server, then we'll fail over it, then we'll patch the new secondary server. But this is completely different. This we are going to discuss in the HADR concept. Okay, whatever things we are discussing now, these are the precautions for standalone instance. And okay, so what Krishna asked is different. Usually critical applications will have backup servers or standby servers. How to patch that setup will discuss during those particular topics. Okay, so how to patch log shipping servers, how to patch mirroring servers, how to patch replication servers, how to patch clustering servers, how to patch always on servers. This is a different concept. Those are all HADR systems, but we are discussing only standalone instances. Okay, Krishna, we'll discuss that precautions while discussing that HADR concepts. How to patch HADR systems we'll discuss during the time. Okay, so whatever points we are discussing now, those are only for standalone instances, and most of the precautions are same for HADR systems also. After connecting server, if you restart the Windows server, is this server will be continued or else it will be disconnected? After connecting server, if we restart the Windows server, is this server will be continued or else it will be, after restart it will be disconnected. Once the server is completely online, again you can connect to the server. Now if I restart my Windows server, I am going to lose this remote connection, guys. Please mute it if you don't have questions. Please mute it. I'm getting a lot of disturbance. Shankar.
Sir.
Right? Okay, fine. Just muted you. Fine. So once I reboot this server, I'm going to lose this remote connection, Sashi. Okay, so again, once the server is online, once the server came back completely, then only you can connect to the server remotely. Okay, once you restart the server, it will be completely offline. You cannot connect to the server remotely. Once the restart is completed, once the server is good, once the server came back after restart, then again you can connect to the server remotely. Okay, the server will be disconnected. Fine, guys. Any issues, any doubts?
No, sir.
No,
Clear,
sir.
Krishna?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, so remaining 9 points we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class, and tomorrow I'll show you how to patch it. Okay, tomorrow we'll complete the patching.
Okay, sir.
Right? So that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we'll meet at 7 a.m. exactly 7 a.m. Okay, don't be late. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.